We're back. Asheville style. We're back. What? What happened to your juice? Alright, here's what's going down. You may know that after that water, where's that from? What happened to your juice? After Thanksgiving, everyone got sick. By everyone, the kids got sick. Then we had to, so we were pretty much quarantined and couldn't finish our visiting, which was somewhat disappointing. Kid was throwing up, and then baby got sick right before, the night before we had to get on the plane, making me extremely paranoid that her ears would go crazy on the plane, because she doesn't have the vomiting sickness, she's got this massive congestion. Anyway, long story short, it worked out fine. Despite having to sit on tarmac for over an hour while they de-iced, and I guess we made it out just in time right before a blizzard came in, so thanks be to God for that. Alright, on other fronts, this is something that has been going on for quite some time. A couple of things. Number one, I watched two fascinating Oprahs that have been TiVo'd. One, on the recommendation of my aunt, was about the blue zones. Mr. F and I actually watched that last night, and it was fascinating. And I have either read stuff about at least the Seventh-day Adventists, and of course the Okinawa diet and whatnot. But it was still fascinating, and by the end of it, Mr. F was basically like, I'm going to die of a heart attack tomorrow, you know, because he doesn't follow any of the rules. Other things. Ever since reading about the melamine and here's what I found really disturbing about it. I don't know what I'm doing with stuff. While you know that I try to buy all organic stuff, finding out about it being in wheat gluten, which is then given as animal feed, made me really paranoid about the meat that we eat. I've been having some feelings about that, to be honest. Number one, I'm not going vegetarian, so don't get all excited. I was a strict vegetarian for 9 years. And when I mean that, I mean like I didn't even eat Jell-O. You know, like seriously strict. And I naturally do not like dairy. So, we don't really eat any cheese. I don't drink any milk, or, you know, like I don't even like ice cream. I'm just one of those people, I just don't like dairy. It is, and Mr. F is lactose intolerant. Intolerant. Did you find a little Percy? Gonna put your beads on? So, I will say that when I was a vegetarian, partly because I was young, my diet was horrible, but I also just never felt as good as I feel eating a higher protein diet. But this is what I'm leaning towards, people. I have been thinking about it this whole time because, you know I love my McDonald's, but isn't that the funniest part about me? I was saying this to Mr. F. The funniest thing about me is how much I love McDonald's, and yet I have all these like strict food rules the rest of the time, but that I'll still go to McDonald's like once a week. I cannot get enough of McDonald's hamburgers. I love them. Anyway, all other meat other than McDonald's, I don't know. I mean, I just don't digest it very well. Anyway, so I've been thinking of moving to a fish diet. Because then I was watching, and I know people are trying to think, you're just an extremist bizarro. Am I? I don't know. I just think about stuff a lot, people. I don't know. I was listening to something on NPR all about poultry workers. Oh, it's horrific! And in the state of North Carolina, where I am living, there are all these, like, poultry workers who aren't in unions. I mean, they're being mistreated. They're getting sick and injured. I mean, it's a nightmare. And I thought, even though I'm not buying that poultry, I just don't know if I can support the poultry industry. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I got so sick of chicken anyway. So it times out well. Anyway, I'm thinking of going fish. Also, I guess I don't really talk about this, but we don't typically eat a single vegetarian dinner. Just because I enjoy meats, like protein so much. But, lately, so this is what the Blue Zones has gotten me. I'm just saying this is the stuff going on in my head. This is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about changing our diet, maybe Also, while I exercise, Mr. F doesn't exercise. I wish there was a way to get more natural exercise in your day. Of course, it doesn't seem to happen when all I do is videotape myself and sit on the computer. Just kidding. What time am I at? Okay, other stuff that was going on with the Oprah. Alcohol, people. If anyone watched this, if I had 2 drinks of alcohol in a day, I would be on the floor. I can't even drink that much. But, I guess it's way better for you to have 2 drinks a day. I'm thinking about making a giant pitcher. I said to Matt, Mr. F, that if I was drinking 2 glasses of sangria a day, I would be a much happier person to be around. And then he said he thought it would improve his life expectancy. Probably would, because I wouldn't have to kill him. So anyway, I'm thinking about that. Alright, those are the things I'm thinking about diet-wise. Yes, I'm definitely thinking about moving to fish, and I might try it week by week and see how it goes. We love fish, so that's not a hardship for us. But because I have my fish rules, you know I do, you know, there's only certain kinds of fish that are sustainable, and, you know, they're not cheap. So, there's that. On other fronts, I was watching a different Oprah, where it was a pay-it-forward Oprah. These things, people, they make me start sobbing the moment they get started. And I think a lot of people fall into how I feel about it. I desperately want to do this, right? I want to do something like that. I think about it every day. I mean, I really think about it every single day, that I wish I could be helping people who really need the help, but that I am not in a position to know who these people are. And then I think a lot of us, and I hate that I have this inside me, like a strange kind of paranoia where I don't want to help someone who, like, doesn't really need the help, who's just you know, I think I have found this in my life, not with people who need help, but the people who, like, quickly accept your offer to help tend to be people who are good at getting help for themselves anyway. So I'm trying to find the people who aren't good at getting help for themselves, you know what I mean? And I can't find those people when all I do is live in my own house, you know. That's one thing where, like, yes, a church organization, whatever, is helpful in doing that, but I also just want to find a way to do it. So one person on Oprah put a ad, or got the newspaper to write an article about her giving the $1,000 away, and for people to write in, people who are really deserving of it. And I almost want to do that, so I can get a list of people and then start, you know, giving out my acts of kindness, whatever they might be. So that is something that does, I mean, it really eats away at me that I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to find people I can help in a way that I can help. It might not be financial, but, like, you know, I would like to find people who could need, I would like to, you know, find people and have a way to figure out what it is that we could do that would be helpful, you know. There's not much I can do financially, but I would be happy to, you know, do things for people. So, I don't know, if people have an idea about how to get that ball rolling, I appreciate it. Alright, that's where I'm at. Turk, turk.